Bruce Ruxton has been farewelled on the Sunshine Coast. Mr Ruxton died just before Christmas at the age of 85. Diggers, young and old, stopped to honour the man who spoke his mind and loved his country.
Just as in life, Bruce Ruxton drew a crowd. Hundreds of people travelled from across the country to farewell a warhorse who devoted his life to championing the rights of veterans and widows.
I've no doubt that he will be remembered. He's one of a kind. He was a neighbour of mine. I knew him very well, and he will always be my mate.
A World War II veteran, Mr Ruxton served in Borneo and Japan. Off the battlefield, he was just as passionate, leading the Victorian RSL for more than 2 decades.
Most people will have two impressions. They'll say, yes, he was a raging bull when he got annoyed, but he was a kind, uncomplicated man when you got to know him.
Colourful and controversial, Mr Ruxton knew how to ruffle feathers.
Paul Keating couldn't lead a person out of the midst of the Turkish bath, really. The many hundreds of thousands of words written about Bruce by journalists and columnists, I don't really think really ever got to who Bruce Ruxton was.
But to his family and friends, he was simply a good bloke, and a bloke who deserved a fitting farewell, with a Masonic tribute and full RSL honours. Mr Ruxton then led his final march in a coffin to the Tewantin Cemetery. Here his coffin was adorned with poppies in a last salute, before Bruce Carlisle Ruxton was laid to rest. Like so many of his mates before him, he will be remembered. Francine Morton, ABC News, Tewantin.